Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Color K Glam. I am here today to give you Grownish Season 6, Episode 3 review. But before I get started, I just want to say, go to my Instagram and follow my business Instagram, Curly K Jewels. I make handmade jewelry. I make these wire bangles with these pretty beads on them. And I also make beaded bracelets and beaded charm bracelets. So check me out when you get a chance. The link is in my bio. I have an Etsy store. So yeah, y'all. After this, we're going to continue with the review. So, we have episode 3. The title is Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing. Overall, I feel like this episode was okay. It wasn't, I don't have any critiques for it like I did last week where I was just completely disappointed. I still feel like we're off to a slow start. I don't know what all the season has in store for the audience this season. We did not have any guest appearances on this episode. So I'm going to start out with Aaaron. So in this episode, Aaaron is trying to keep himself preoccupied, basically because I don't think he's handling the breakup with him and Zoey well. Of course, we know that Aaaron and Zoey have been a long time coming, and honestly, I don't think none of the Grownish audience expected nobody in the Grownish audience expected for the relationship of Aaaron and Zoey to be like this, and to go through like this. We expected it to be a little bit more happy, and we thought that Zoey would be around so that we could see their relationship continue to grow and develop, even though they are both off, on their own, creating their own journeys and trying to, basically get their lives started fresh out of college. At this point, Aaaron has been out of college 2 years, and it's probably been about 1 year since Zoey has graduated. So, the transition of them going from being a college student to the real world is kind of strange, especially because we as an audience didn't get to see it. But even still moving forward, like, Aaaron is having a tough time. He's being preoccupied. And so, it takes for Doug to have a sit down little chat with him. And that's pretty much the only scene where Doug was really involved in. And like I said last week, I feel like if Aaaron doesn't have any scenes, Doug doesn't have any scenes, because majority of the time that we see scenes with Aaaron, Doug is most likely in them. And so Doug is basically trying to get the whole basement situation straight at bar none, because he wants to have this whole grown and sexy, he wants to give the vibe, he wants to have like a more relaxed, he ain't trying to do the whole party, he just trying to create like a mix and mingle type environment versus a turn up environment. But anyway, back to Aaaron. So Doug tells Aaaron that he needs to slow down. He doesn't have any time in his day to do anything that he wants. Now that he's not with Zoey and now he has time to focus on himself, he can actually take time to see what it is he really, really wants. And, just take time to, like, grow yourself. And so Aaaron listens to what he says. And so basically, we're going to see how that goes. I mean, not Aaaron. Yeah, Aaaron does. Aaaron listens to what Doug says. So basically, we're going to see what Aaaron does next episode to work on himself. Now, as far as everybody moving forward, the whole storyline with Junior and Zara, and the storyline with Junior and Annika, is very reminiscent of when Zoey was with Luca and when Zoey and Nomi had a fallout. So basically, Zoey was always having these issues, you know what I'm saying? And Nomi at the time was supposed to be Zoey's closest friend. So Zoey would go to Nomi and confide in Nomi about a lot of things, and Nomi would be there to listen and give her advice. And then Zoey would just go off and do what she wanted to do. And so then when the script got flipped and things started seriously happening with Nomi would try to text Zoey, call Zoey, try to sit down and talk to Zoey, and Zoey was just so self-absorbed that Zoey didn't pay any attention to know me, and that's what it was given with Zara and Junior. Junior went to Zara to basically ask her about advice because he was struggling with his relationship with Annika, and Annika and Junior were kind of in this weird space because they liked each other. They still very much do like each other, but they're trying to be in a relationship and be more than friends, and things between them are just weird. And that's kind of how it was between Zoey and Luca in the beginning. Like Zoey and Luca were friends in the beginning, and they would hang out and then they would flirt, they would, be around each other, work together a little bit. Kind of like how, Annika and Junior are. But then when Zoey and Luca decided to be together, it was kind of weird in the beginning because they spent all their time apart. And they were apart for 3 months, just like Zoey and Annika were apart for 3 months. And so when they got back together, they had a tough time trying to get in the rhythm of things. And then, of course, that's when Zoey ended up going to talk to Aaron about, this little funk that, her and Luca was going through. And then Aaron ended up giving advice. It's the same thing. Except Zara was taking Aaron or Nomi's role at the time, Like, Zara ended up giving Junior good advice. That he felt was good advice. And then when Zara found out her parents were getting a divorce, she wanted to talk to Junior about it. And Junior kept giving her the runaround like, this issue seems a little bit serious. I'm going to need to take some time out to really pay attention to you because he got all this stuff going on. Sidebar, I don't really think I care about Junior's Greek life storyline. I mean, I felt like I should at the time in which it was happening because it was a different angle that they was giving us Greek life. But now they just added Greek life to a part of Junior's resume, but there's nothing really going on with Greek life. Like, it don't really seem like Junior... there is no involvement with Greek life that we see on screen. Like, we don't see them... We just see them powwowing. We don't see them actually doing frat-like stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I was saying. So, yeah, Zara needed Junior. And so, basically, it came to a point where Zara started egging Junior because she was just like, you're so into yourself. I was there for you, and now you're not there for me. And so, it was kind of that whole back and forth during the whole episode. And then, eventually, Annika ends up telling Junior, just go to her and try to talk to her. And so, when Junior went back home, which, by the way, I don't know why I had my mind wrapped around the fact that Zara was living with Annika and Kiela and Lauren. I thought they always lived in an apartment. Now I knew Lauren's situation tanked with the living situation. By the way, which Lauren was not present in this episode. So I was surprised to see that Junior and Zara was still living together. Like, they have their own apartment together. Whatever. But now they're best friends. So now they're like each other's go-to. They're each other's confidant or whatever. But yeah. So Junior ends up having a conversation with, Zara. And he ends up, giving... he ends up telling her and sharing with her the story about when Bo and Dre, was going through their time and they went through separation. And I thought that was pretty cool that he included that because even though this is the final season, even though Blackish is not a thing anymore, he's still alluding to, things that happened on the show to make that connection. So I thought that was good. But other than that, we just be getting like, I know that the girls and the guys and them used to sit around at Hawkins and stuff, and have a powwow in the common area. But like, Hawkins ain't even like a thing no more. Like, what happened to that? Like, I thought that we was going to continue to keep moving that forward, but it's just like they changed aspects of the show. Just like it's now bar none, it's not titanium. Like, what happened to Titanium? Titanium was a vibe. Like, bar none, it's whack. It's white whack. Anyway. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna continue to say it every review, but I wish that we would have gotten, and it still may happen throughout the season. We don't know yet because next week it will only be episode 4. But I really wish we would have gotten the transition. Like, I really wish they would have rolled it out the way Different World was and had everybody continue to stay at Cal U and just have them going to grad school to get their masters, or still in the area working. That way the old cast members could have, mingled with the new cast members, and then we could have had a time. It could have been like a time had, but that's not the case. So yeah, y'all, this is my review for Grownish. We'll see what happens next week. I'm going to continue to come back because this is the last season and I want to see how the story plays out. I don't want to give up on it, but right now I am just not moved by, anything happening on screen. And I do really feel like they watered down Junior's character a lot, because Junior definitely, Junior is still giving awkward black boy tease, but he was way more awkward than this, like, way more. And I would like to see Junior have, like, guy friends. Like, I would like to see him have friends in his year and in his major. Like, right now he just hanging around all girls and then sometimes around Aaron and Doug. But yeah, so yeah, y'all, I will be back next week with more reviews. Deuces.